make an opening statement for us. Just tell about your excitement to be headed here to Tucson.
Yeah, obviously, can't wait. What a great opportunity for our young men. What a great opportunity to compete against San Jose State, who's done a terrific job. And so we've worked really hard for an opportunity like this. So proud of being able to accomplish the MAC championship on Friday night and to get the invitation to play in the Arizona Bowl yesterday. Every one of us was super fired up. Our young men can't wait, obviously, get out to Tucson. So tremendous opportunity for our program. A lot of hard work to be done between now and then, facing a great opponent in San Jose State. So really looking forward to it, and obviously a lot of good preparation that lies ahead here for the next several days before we get a chance to leave.
And Coach, can you talk us through the process of winning that championship game and what it's been like in the few hours since then?
Yeah, and this has been a crazy year. Obviously, when we set out the off season, we had high expectations. Our mantra was Detroit or bust, and that was established by our seniors and leadership council and primarily Bryce Cosby. But COVID hit, and everybody was forced to leave campus. And by the time we were able to get back together again, face to face, was in the summertime. And highs and lows. Initially, the season was canceled, and then a short time later came back and made the announcement that we're going to play a 6-game season. And so, our guys were chomping at the bit to play football this fall, even though it was an abbreviated season. We lost our first game of the year. It was a tough loss on the road against a rival, and our guys responded unbelievably after that. We were on a mission to get ourselves to Detroit, and it was such a great feeling when that clock hit 0 Friday night in Detroit, and to have that celebration with our team and with our staff in the locker room was special. And we've worked hard for this. Lots of growing pains over the years, but we've just continued to get better. And what a great opportunity, a great accomplishment by our young men. But our next goal that lies ahead is to win the first bowl game in the history of our program.
Thank you very much. We'll open it up to panelist questions here. First up, Mr. Hanson, you're up. Your microphone is open.
Hey, Coach. So coming off of one of the biggest wins in school history, how do you kind of get your guys mentally prepared to kind of put that behind them for now and get ready for a tough game against San Jose State? And what does this game mean for Ball State in general?
The good thing is we have a veteran team. We've got a lot of guys that are seniors, guys that have been around for several years. And, we accomplished one goal, which was to win the MAC championship. But another goal of ours is to win the first bowl game in the history of our program. And so really quickly, it was a great bus ride back. It was a great day the next day. But obviously, the big challenge for us is making sure guys still do a great job of being responsible. We get tested still 4 times a week for COVID. And so guys got to do a great job of being responsible that way. And I could tell that the focus has already shifted full speed ahead here for the opportunity to play a team like San Jose State that's got a similar type of story. Both programs won 2 games in 2017 and just continue to climb and make progress. And, both teams and both programs accomplishing a championship. It's going to be a great battle. Coach Brennan's done a tremendous job with that program, and it's a great challenge for us, and we're certainly looking forward to it.
And then my final question, how do you contain a guy like Nick Starkel, who threw for 453 yards, 3 touchdowns, and, ultimately led their team to win the Mountain West Conference Championship?
Another great challenge for us. We just got done playing a Buffalo team who was scoring 50 plus points a game, which was number 1 in the nation. They got a Heisman Trophy, candidate as a running back that was putting up explosive numbers. So it's another tremendous challenge for us. Our defense has risen to the occasion every single week, and we played some very explosive offenses in our conference here, especially in the MAC West. And so it's another great challenge for us. They're a very good football team, very well balanced. They're playing good football in all phases. So it's another tremendous challenge for us. Certainly, Nick has put up a huge year. And so, obviously we'll have a lot of tape here to study and put a great game plan together and go, take on that challenge, on New Year's Eve.
Thank you, Coach. Connor Smith, your microphone is open.
Hey, Coach. So, looking at it, you guys are coming off of your championship win, and then, you got the holidays coming up with Christmas. And I'm just curious, in terms of preparation for this game, how do you make sure your guys kind of balance that dynamic of, preparing for this game, and then also, being able to enjoy that family time as we're in the holiday season right now?
Yeah, no question. Obviously, the biggest challenge now for us is, as we were preparing for the MAC championship, we were in school still. Guys were taking finals. Well, now school is over until we get started for the next semester. So the biggest challenge is making sure that when they're not in the building here in meetings or, practice center in the weight room, they got to do a great job of just not letting their guard down, because we still, get COVID tested, multiple times throughout the week. So they got to do a great job of still being smart. But, obviously it's tough because it is a special time with the holidays. So we'll give them some time, but still they got to make great decisions. And, it's not like they can just run home and have a chance to be around a bunch of family and those that you're not sure, who they've been around. So that's the part we have to be careful of. And I know we got a mature team and they will be really smart that way.
And, coming off MAC championship, representing on a big stage, this game is on CBS. So I guess how important is it for you guys to do that against San Jose State and then just, really come out strong knowing that there's going to be, it's a bowl game and there's just going to be all that attention on you guys?
Yeah, it's going to be a battle. Great team. Again, they've done a tremendous job, and they've had to knock off some big opponents as well on their way to a Mountain West championship. So, we got to prepare. We got to have a great game plan. Our guys got to do a great job of getting, the bumps and bruises healed up so that we can be at full strength, in addition to making sure we're at full strength, because guys are doing a great job with the testing protocol and making good decisions away from here. So I'm very confident that we'll get that done. Obviously, we'll get back out on the practice field again, in the next day or two and get our preparation started full speed ahead here for San Jose State. But it's a great challenge. Our guys are still chomping at the bit. We've obviously we haven't won a bowl game. And so it's another tremendous challenge that this group is so focused to try to make sure we take advantage of our opportunity.
Thank you, Coach. Javier Morales, your microphone is open.
Hey, Coach. Can you please just talk about the dynamic of playing on the West Coast? Ball State rarely comes out here. I know you played in the 93 Las Vegas Bowl, but Ball State generally doesn't come this far west. And then you're playing a West Coast team, too, which doesn't happen that often or if at all. Can you talk about that dynamic?
Yeah, no question. Obviously, yesterday when we found out, the first thing you realize that yesterday it was 76 degrees in Tucson. So first thing we got to make sure we communicate with our young men is hydration. That starts now. And I know it sounds weird because we're talking about December 21st here back home. It's cold, but we got to do a great job of preparing our bodies because we'll be in, the elements that we haven't been in for a long time with the weather. So we got to make sure we handle that. Obviously, we're traveling to the West Coast there. So, our guys know that that in and of itself is an additional challenge as far as the preparation piece goes. But again, I'm thankful that we do have a mature group of guys. They know how important, taking care of their bodies and making sure that the hydration piece of it starts early in the process and not as you approach closer to game day. So we'll do a great job with that. We'll continue to remind the guys. And I wish there was a way we could practice with some heaters on or something like that, but we'll get that figured out and our guys will be ready to go.
David Kelly, your microphone is open.
Hey, Coach, how are you? Just you guys have never won a bowl game, and I was just wondering, is that a specter over your program? Do you kind of use that kind of as a mantra that, hey, we're a history-making group? We hadn't won the conference since the 90s, and now we have a chance to be the first to win a bowl game here.
Yeah, absolutely. That's something that our guys are certainly aware of. They bought into obviously knowing the history of our program, and that's something that we have not accomplished here. I was fortunate enough to play a quarterback here at Ball State, and back when I was part of two bowl games in 1989 and 1993, we came up on the losing end there. So it's something that our guys certainly are ready for that challenge. They know that. That's helped us, regain focus again after the championship game was over on Friday night, because we got goals, and certainly that's one of the goals, and we're playing a great opponent. So it's going to take our best effort, our best week of preparation here, week and a half, if you will, to be able to get that done.
What do you tell them about your bowl experience, having been there twice?
Yeah, you got to make sure you approach it as it's the next game on the schedule. I know it's a reward to go to a bowl game and to have the bowl experience. That is awesome. But there's a game to be played, and there's a win and a loss that's at stake. And so when you have that, you got to make sure that you regain focus. Make sure you put the attention to detail has to be there through the week and a half of preparation. And again, I'm thankful that we do have a mature group of guys that have been around. They're hungry. And it was a great accomplishment Friday night, but we're not done, and the job is not finished. And we made sure that everybody was focused, was where it needed to be as we started when we made the announcement to the team where we were going, and then the preparation started. Everybody certainly knows the opportunity that we have and the goals that we have to get this done.
And lastly, just I mean, we've seen like a lot of, I guess, maybe what you would call mid-level teams opt out of bowl games. You know, the big teams are going to play, and then maybe some of the lower level teams are going to play, but the mid levels have opted out. So I guess from your standpoint, just, you know, I would imagine that never even crossed your program's mind that you wouldn't play in a game if given the opportunity.
Yeah, certainly not for me. I know that as a staff and certainly my vote was always, if we had this opportunity, definitely wanted to play in a bowl game. So I'm thankful that our president, I'm thankful that our athletic director were certainly supportive of that. I know ultimately that decision would lie with them, but they've been so supportive, and it was a tremendous accomplishment, by our group, by our football team to win the MAC championship, and what a great opportunity to play in the Arizona Bowl. And we're really looking forward to that.
Thank you, Coach. Justin Prince, your microphone is open.
Hey, Coach, how you doing? Congrats on the win last week.
Thank you.
First off, last week you kind of mentioned that you felt like it was kind of Ball State against the world. Do you guys kind of feel like you have to go into this bowl game with that same mentality, obviously with the San Jose team that just knocked off Ball State and everything like that?
No question about it. Obviously, that doesn't stop just because we accomplished the MAC championship. Obviously, we were an underdog in that game. We're going to the West Coast. We're going to the enemy's territory, if you will. So our guys will certainly know that we're going to be the underdog. It's Ball State against the world, and we've embraced that role, and we've embraced that mindset. And our guys, exercise that day in, day out as we prepare. Have a little chip on their shoulder, have a little edge to themselves, and that certainly will not change this week and a half.
$520 Sports Talk, your microphone is open.
Congratulations, Coach. Just a quick question. Is there anybody in the MAC that you've played that would help you prepare for a team like San Jose State?
Oh, there's several teams that we played in the MAC West that are very explosive offensively, that are very balanced offensively, and so we've had some battles week in, week out in our conference, and we feel like we're battle tested. And again, we're playing another good football team that's well balanced, and they're playing well in all phases. So it's going to take our best effort. We know that it starts with a great week of preparation, and I know our guys are ready for that challenge.
Thank you, Coach.
Mr. Morales, your microphone is open.
Coach, I just wanted to follow up from before. Do you have any background in Tucson at all? Any history, or do you know anybody that has been to Tucson?
No, I've not been to Tucson. Obviously, a couple of years ago, our offensive line coach, left here. He was hired at the University of Arizona, so still maintain a close relationship with him, communicate on a regular basis. And obviously, he's bragged so much about how great it is and how awesome Tucson is. So I'm really looking forward to being able to come out there and enjoy, having this experience and this opportunity.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I do not see any other hands raised. Oh, there we go. Mr. Kelly with one more. Mr. Kelly, your microphone is open.
So, Coach, I would imagine that's Kyle Devan you're talking about?
Yes.
So what was it like kind of having him on your staff and grooming him right out of retirement for whatever his coaching career is going to be?
Yeah, Kyle and I were together with the New Orleans Saints when I was the quarterback coach. He was, an offensive assistant, and we really grew close during our time together in New Orleans. And then when I was named the head coach here at Ball State, he was my first phone call to get him up here. And one of my best friends, great friend in the coaching profession. Think the world of him. Such a bright guy and got such a great future ahead of him. And so still maintain close relationship, but he and I would always tease each other during the recruiting process. And you can tease him that I had the first place ring from the Super Bowl. He had the second place ring from the Super Bowl in 2009. And I teased him about that a lot. That was a lot of fun. And obviously so much respect for Kyle and the job that he did while he was here, and obviously the future that he has ahead of him.
Would you have left the NFL for any other job? I mean, you mentioned you played at Ball State, or was this the only job you would have taken on the college level?
Yes, I never sent a resume or anything like that. I loved where I was at in New Orleans. I was there for 13 years. I coached arena football in New Orleans when Tom Benson owned an arena team, and then had an opportunity to become I scouted after the Arena Football League shut down after the 2008 season. So then I scouted for the Saints for 3 years as a college scout, traveling the country, and then became the quarterback coach. And that was home for me. They took care of us and my family so well. And I loved it. But when I got a phone call from the athletic director at that time at Ball State, it tugged at my heart, because I love this place. I was fortunate to have a great experience here as a student athlete. I'm the youngest of 8 kids. I'm from down the road in Indianapolis, about a little over an hour away. And that was just an added little incentive there too, to be back. Ever since my college days were over, I always just continued to work my way south. So I would have never left New Orleans if it wasn't for the opportunity here.
What was it like to work with Drew Brees?
Unbelievable. And you hear it said a lot, but he's such a tremendous player, but he's a better human being. But I've never seen somebody treat so many people with respect. And he knew the offense better than me, when I was hired as a quarterback coach, but the way he treated me and the way that he showed respect was incredible. And it was a relationship and a partnership. And, I still communicate with him on a regular basis. But special opportunity, you truly have a chance to see up close and in person that you can accomplish anything you want to in your life if you put your mind to it. And, that's what we went through here at Ball State. We were down, for a couple of years, but we just continued to work hard and believe. And, to be able to see that up close and in person with a guy like Drew Brees that, majority of his life, everybody told him, that he was too small or not big enough, or his arm wasn't strong enough. And he just continued to rewrite the record books.
Yeah, I guess when you're working with a future Hall of Famer like that, and you walk into that situation, I mean, what are you instructing him on? Is it like, are you identifying maybe mechanics week to week that he can improve? How does that dynamic work?
Yeah, and the biggest relationship or the biggest factor was just in the meeting room when you talk about game planning opponents. And obviously our offices were on the second floor, and he would spend, he had his routine down to a science. He never deviated from his routine. So he'd be on the first floor studying our opponent. He would send his thoughts up. He'd take a picture of the drawings that he had on the grease board or on the, the pad of paper that he had. He would send some drawings up, some thoughts, ideas that he had based on what he was seeing on film. And then at practice, there would be days at practice where he'd say, hey, will you pay really close attention to my left arm here? Make sure I'm keeping it tight here to generate some torque. And so it was a, partnership and a relationship. And, his practice habits are so perfect. Every rep in practice is like it's the Super Bowl, but that's his approach, and that's how he stayed on top for so long, because every rep in practice is the most important rep that he's going to take. And again, had an opportunity to be up close and in person and see that kind of work ethic day in, day out. Has certainly helped to communicate with some of these young men at this level.
Thanks.
Thank you.
With no further questions, Coach, we certainly appreciate your time. It's been a pleasure. Congratulations on the history you've made so far. Look forward to you trying to make some more here in Tucson in just a few days. For our media members, if you have any questions on the Ball State side, feel free to reach out to myself or to Mr. Matthews. I know he'll be happy to help you there. Coach, best of luck. We'll see you real soon.
Thank you so much. Really looking forward to it.
Thank you, everyone. Have a great day.